In today's video, I'm going to analyze and break down a very specific line of play in one opening. This is something I traditionally don't do, as demonstrating basic principles, strategies, and tactics at a high level are things I find to be more important to beginner and intermediate players. But my idea behind creating this video is to explain in detail the why behind each move, which will hopefully further increase your understanding of the game. It's also an opening I've had requests about in the past. So here we are, the double corner opening. The first move is what forms the opening. It's called the double corner because it's, well, out of the double corner. White's immediate next move is the best reply, which is here. This captures a center square and also immediately attacks the double corner. Red's best reply is to cover it up to further strengthen the double corner. Now, White is limited to just really 4 different attacks. This move, which I recommend checking out Checker Cycle's video because he does a great job explaining and going through this variation. This move, which is called the Bronx Express, and it results in a 2 for 2 and not very good for White. Or today, I'm going to talk about this variation in deep detail. What I like about this move is it takes 2 center squares right now and really limits Red to one of 2 attacks. One of those attacks is this move, which really actually can result in some late mid-game and end-game problems for Red if White counters by moving this piece and expanding it ultimately to the side. So in order to avoid those troubles, the center exchange, taking the double, is actually best for Red because it eliminates this white piece initially, and they'll be back to just having 1 square apiece in the center. So White is forced to jump. Red takes the double, and then White takes it back. And now for Red, it's about protecting its position and making a march towards the center of the board. And it does that by starting to develop this piece here. White is going to do much of the same, and again, march towards the center from the single corner with this move right here. Red's going to continue that march. Again, it's a race towards the center. And here in this case, White is going to win that race. So right now, White is back to having 2 center squares. Red has 1. And now Red is really in a position where it has to do something to start making some inroads into either the white single corner or the double corner. The best move, and really the object here would be to attack the double corner, is for Red to move here. Now again, White doesn't want to do much to disrupt its position, so it's just going to wait and start developing its single corner. Now there's a couple different choices for Red here. One choice is this move, or another choice is this move, which is what I prefer. And now White, again, its best option is just to cover up to prevent the triple jump from happening. Now Red is going to wait in this position. It wants to keep this intact as long as possible and wants to wait until White can commit from the double corner. So the key waiting move for Red is here. Now White must commit the double corner. And it does that by either moving here or here, and actually both moves result in the same. So if it goes here next, Red is going to now jump on the opportunity to make an inroad into the double corner, and it does that by moving here. White is going to allow this capture because covering up would do no good. So White allows the capture by moving here, Red jumps. And now there's a nice column here with threats of a double jump. So red must stop that threat by moving here. White cannot move here next, so instead it will exchange because of this nice column now. So red will jump, white will jump back, and now there is a threat of a 2-for-1 in the next move for white. White can just move here next and get the double jump. So red prevents that double jump from happening by exchanging the piece back by moving here. Now in this position, this is where things can get a little fun, and it's a really nice, clean ending finish. Here, white is going to attack the vulnerability that red has in the double corner by actually pitching this piece. So red is going to capture. And now white is going to, again, continue to attack the vulnerable squares here because there aren't any pieces that can sustain and protect this piece. So red is going to wait here with the idea of possibly exchanging off this piece and getting behind white to get a free king. And red does that with this move. If white goes in to get a king this way, red is going to move out here and then pin this piece down. So instead, white makes another clever pitch. And that's here. Now red is really cramped in this position. And white is going to try to sustain that cramp by moving here. Now, red has to be very careful. It can't just move here because then white will move up in this square and really suffocate red. So instead, red is going to make a couple pitches. And that's here, giving the double jump. And then here, taking the piece back, and a double jump, making for a really nice clean finish, a 3-on-3 ending, and the game being a draw as white will just move this piece out and develop and get kings. Now I'll show you this exact same line of play, but from white's perspective. So let's play it out. It may be tempting to make inroads toward the king row to move here, but red will reply here, and it's actually very weak for white now. And there you have it from White's perspective. I hope this video helped in showing some of the whys behind each move. As you can see, some moves are made in a more subtle manner than others. Many games are of a cat and mouse variety, with one misstep in the puzzle resulting in disaster or success. Sometimes it's about making moves that don't open up your position. For example, here, when we came across this earlier, the best thing to do for red is here. Checkers Grandmaster Tom Wiswell once said, "Moves that disturb your position the least disturb your opponent the most." And that's absolutely true in this case. Thanks, as always, for watching.